And see, the sad part is, I'm over here showing mercy. I'm showing grace. I know they're not gonna change, but I wouldn't wish jail on nobody. And these same motherfuckers been having me locked up for some shit that I wasn't doing. And since I've been home, these motherfuckers been having me accused of some shit that I'm not doing. They done fabricated damn near 6 motherfucking CPS cases on me that ain't legit. You supposed to get jail time for this shit, get sued. I know who it is. But because they got some power they stole and doing what they doing, they have assistance, which is conflict of interest. Period. The workers that come to my house, they know. And the workers do foul shit and say foul shit. And they shouldn't be workers, but they workers. But they know them. And just the idea that you know them and you sending them here is conflict of interest. And it pretty much shows that you're a liar, you're a thief, you're corrupt, you're a fabricator, whatever you want to call it. All of the above. All of the above. For what? To get away with something that they did illegal is fuck. And they keep doing more illegal shit like they above the law. I'm not gonna say why, but what's gonna happen is I'm gonna sue motherfuckers for felony harassment. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna sue CPS and close that bitch. Kids Talk, close that bitch. For real. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna put so much fire under their ass that look, they're gonna get sued if they don't pursue these motherfuckers and bring justice. Period. I've been going through 45 years of injustice, and 11 years of his life has been unjust and fucked up and fucked up. And when I get law enforcement involved, they went, "Oh, why you want to go to the police?" But yet still, you calling law enforcement, lying and shit. You doing major shit. I'm over here in moderation and minute, chilling, but I'm grown. I should do what the fuck I want to do. This motherfucker got a problem and too controlling, and she has to go. And her mama, his mama, she don't even live in Michigan. So she shouldn't have no say so or no authority in this household whatsoever. Period. And she don't. And she keep pulling that trick like she do. She gonna find another thing coming. I don't give a fuck who she got on the block watching me, stalking me and shit. Gang stalking me. Got motherfuckers violating my privacy, looking at me through my motherfucking house and shit, knowing what I do. These motherfuckers fucking in the crib while I'm sleeping shit. Letting motherfuckers in my house while I'm asleep with an 11-year-old. That shouldn't be happening. Meanwhile, I can't even have a bitch over here because they act like they own me. I can't even touch my own dick because they act like they own that. And these bitches had the nerve to try and sever my shit. These people are sick, retarded, dumb motherfuckers. I tried to love them, forgive them, let the shit go, hope the shit get better. No, they just keep making shit worse and worse and worse. Like what they're doing is right. And it's not. None of it is. They're trying to get away with stealing some shit and trying to get me locked up, thinking if I'm locked up, they're going to be able to get away with the shit. And they willing to sacrifice his ass. And he's sitting up here willing to help fabricate this shit because in actuality, he's a kid. He enjoys what he's getting. They fucking with him. They put him in a position that he should not be in whatsoever. Put me in a position that I should not be in whatsoever. And at the end of the day, the position that she in, she deserves to be locked up. I know it. The police know it. CPS know it. But they won't do shit about it. So if they don't do nothing about it, I'm going to sue they motherfucking asses. All 3 of them. Because this shit been going on for too fucking long. He's 11. It's been going on since I chose him over her. What kind of mama puts you in a situation like that to ask you if you choose your son over her? And then since you chose your son over her, she started doing little whole shit that I'd rather not say because it's disgusting as fuck. And it's not her. It's just the idea of what she put people up to do with this motherfucker. That's disgusting as fuck. Just to ruin my relationship with her, him, myself. I'm not a failed father, but if I got a bunch of bitches going against me thinking that they men and they better than me and they're discriminative, I want them in jail. I'm not gonna hold them up. All of them abuse me. All of them lied to me. All of them abuse me. And I done saved each one of these motherfuckers' lives on top of it. But you know what? They don't give a fuck because they stole something. They stole something very valuable. $40 million worth of very valuable shit that I didn't even fucking know about. That I didn't even know I had. I was a whole person with royalty and money and access to shit I didn't even know I had. And this bitch been keeping it from me, stealing from me my whole fucking life. Meanwhile, pimping me, prostituting me behind my back. And I got a feeling she's doing the same thing with my kid. Period. And won't nobody do shit about it because they scared of it. Period. Because they act like she got power that she wouldn't have if she didn't steal that shit. So at the end of the day, I'm about to kill that shit because they exposed the fuck out of me. They lied about the shit they exposed once again. And even if it was true, it ain't like they ain't cut like that. That's the sad part about the shit. Because they cut like that and the shit going on right now, the very same shit that they accusing me of, they're doing way motherfucking worse. But it's cool for them, because they bitches. Right. No, not right. It's about equality. What the fuck is the law for? They supposed to be prosecuted like I get prosecuted. If a man was doing this whole shit, they'd have been had the kid removed, been had the nigga locked up, all type of shit. But since it's females playing games, and they always have a female coming over here, I'm being ganged up by a bunch of sisterhood ass bitches that are actually witches that shouldn't even be working at CPS. They're in the occult. It ain't no secret. They're not even ethical because the occult that they're in and the shit that they're doing, they really don't belong to. They have no knowledge of it. And then they try and steal my knowledge to be in it. But I'm not in it. I was born in it. Just so happens to have a divine birthright that this motherfucker tried to steal and transfer with my birth certificate paperwork to give to somebody else for some strange reason, which empowered the fuck out of them too much to where they're abusing their power and their authority. They are chaos. Period. Point blank chaos. They invade my privacy once again. They control everybody around me because they're puppet masters. And I'm gonna sue these bitches because they're not ethical at all. At all. They're liars. They're liars. And they're bringing people in unethically, and you can't even bring them in without me. Period. And you paying them with the shit you stole from me. Period. So with that being said, I want them locked up if they keep fucking with me. She got no more times to fabricate no lies. She got no more times to put my son in a fucked up situation. And if he not my son, and they put me in this fucked up situation to try and get him away from me, so they won't have to say he ain't my son, it's not gonna work. The only way out this shit is the fucking truth, because I deserve to know it. Either he my son, or he not. Now why do I ask that? Fuck what you put in my head that he might not be. It's how you interfere in me raising him. It's how you got another nigga calling over here checking on a nigga. So if that's that nigga's son, you tell that nigga come get him. Stop playing games trying to put him in the system. Because y'all pressed on fucking money and y'all fabricating shit. And you got too much pull that you shouldn't have, that I have no problem exposing. Because you know what? It's time for me to be exposed. Exactly. We in the age of Aquarius, the light, the truth. These motherfuckers trying to stay in the dark. It's not happening. She's not getting away with this. They're not getting away with this. They shouldn't have did the shit. And they ignorant as fuck, so they're not going to apologize. They're not going to return shit. They're not going to step down. So I'm going to have to knock their asses the fuck down. They took it from me behind my back. So I'm going to take it from them in their face. Period. Period, point blank. These motherfuckers don't own shit. And the shit they got, they stole from me. And they even stole me from me. How the fuck you steal a person from itself? A whole identity. And then you tell me I'm not a part of the motherfucking occult. But you use me to bring people in. Don't want to be a part of it because I'm a part of something else way more important. So I was put to the side. So I couldn't be in that shit to have to deal with the closure of what the fuck they doing. Because it's getting ready to close. So at the end of the day, all they doing is corrupting more and more people, more and more of the system, and exposing themselves for who and what they are. And they're going to get locked up. Because technically they fall under the guise of terrorists. And if they don't get locked up for that, then I'm going to sue these motherfuckers and have them locked up for felony harassment. Period. Now let somebody show up over my house tomorrow because some fake ass neighbor, she done told to call CPS or somebody else had to call CPS when I already got a case open that's getting ready to close. Because they trying to lie and get away with shit. And they've been doing this shit for too long. Too long. Instead of just coming clean or getting the fuck on and being happy with what they took. Just getting the fuck on. This bitch need to go get her some medical attention, mentally. All three of them. Because all three of them are schizophrenic, bipolar, and narcissistic. Then a motherfucker. They don't see no wrong that they do. They think everything they do is right. They like to inflict their pain and hurt on others. They created their own little fantasy land. And I don't like it. Mainly what I don't like is the fact that y'all over here eating good as fuck off of me. And you think it's funny because you're stealing from me. She stole from me. And they think it's funny. But that little cult they in literally got their heads fucked up. Their minds all messed up. Their ways all messed up. And it's illegal. And I want to press charges. Real charges. Flat out. I'm not crazy. They want to make me crazy. But yet and still, these motherfuckers crazy. And that's what they do. They want everybody to be mentally ill and fucked up and agree with them in their ways. They want a whole bunch of them. They want men to be women. And they want to be men. They play with magic. They fuck up shit and they trying to avoid the karma they got coming to them. Because they know they did some dirty shit. And they rather put that shit off on somebody else than deal with what the fuck they got coming to them. Because they're all children. They shouldn't even have kids because they're not adults. Just because they got money and the shit they do, you can tell they're not adults. They're childish as fuck in the mind. And they're thieves. They didn't build nothing on their own. They built that shit off me. And they got me sitting up running around this motherfucker broke as hell and shit asking for money. I shouldn't have to ask because you stole from me. Whole bank accounts that I didn't know I had. And then accused me of going in her account stealing. She accused me of everything that she's fucking doing and has done. And it's time for it to come to an end. I am a decent person. And I'm not finna let nobody ruin me or cast they motherfucking bullshit on me and have motherfuckers looking at me sideways like it's something wrong with me because they backwards and shit and they 21, so they take the normal motherfucker and make a mockery out of him because they crazy as fuck. What they're doing is wrong. It's not right. There are laws and guidelines about it. That it's not right. It's not legal. If it was a man doing the shit that they're doing, he'd have been thrown in jail a long time ago. The kid would have been thrown in jail or taken away a long time ago. But because it's women, it's okay. It's okay for women to fuck kids up. It's okay for women to do shit that's fucked up. No, it's not. You're not above the law. You're not God. None of you are. Woman is not God. That's a fucking lie. And to make it so bad, they run around here like they gods. But they had to steal my shit to even claim it that. That's the funny thing. So yeah, fuck their code, because it's coming to a close. Because it was mine, but I left it. I don't own it no more. I'm on some new shit. So they don't belong there. And the authority they have, they're not supposed to have. So I'm going to give them a tower moment. Because they've been fucking with my life for too fucking long. Like I'm a joke. And I'm real. I'm pure. I'm pure royalty. I'm going to just put it at that. I'm pure royalty. And these motherfuckers jealous. So they're trying to steal my last name and get my royalty. I had access to accounts I didn't know I had. I've been spending my money putting shit out here in the streets for niggas. And motherfuckers just eating good off me, driving new cars, motorcycles, all type of shit, off my fucking money. And then they got everything in my house wired, including my phone. So I can't even have a decent thought or idea without these bitches stealing and getting paid off of it. Right. Exactly. I want to get a job. This motherfucker do shit to make me not want to get a job because she's a thief. She let people in my house to steal shit and gave a bitch a whole key to come in my house with that shouldn't be here if she not coming to see me. And they lie and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. But they both fucking with it. Everybody fucking with each other. And I bet you their phone records, their computer records, and everything else will prove it. And I guarantee you, they got access to drones or some kind of satellite watching me. Plus, they be watching me through my phones. And then they stalk me. They have people walk in the store looking at me through their phones. Like the shit they doing is legal. Leave me the fuck alone. You're not a decent person. You're a terrible mom. Because at the end of the day, just because you buy nice clothes for a kid and you send him to a nice school does not mean he's healthy. You fuck people up mentally. Period. This nigga punches on himself. When a kid abuses themselves, they're being abused in some kind of way. And I don't even whoop this nigga, this little young man. I talk to him to the best of my ability. But he protects his abusers because he's getting fulfillment out of it. He shouldn't be getting. It's illegal. If he was 13, I wouldn't trip. Because I'm Jew. I go with the Jew shit at the end of the day. But he's not developed for the shit he's going to. And that shit is going to get him hurt later on in the end. And they don't care. They don't. They want him to be a girl. And they went out their way to make him feminine. just to insult me, just to give me a hard time. These women need to go. They're terrorists. They're terrible as fuck. They're liars. They're thieves. And I can prove each one of them has something of mine that don't belong to them, including some kind of form of my identity, including fucking up my credit, including going behind my back and slandering my name, bullying me, making me look some kind of way publicly. Like everything they're doing is fucking legal, and it's not. But because they're a part of this code, they can't be charged. Bitch, you got me fucked up. Ain't nobody above the law. I don't give a fuck what secret society you belong to, nigga. It's not a secret, especially if it's mine. And when you remove the finder and the founder, the binder and the bounder, it comes to a close anyway. So they're operating falsely. And then they're not even ethical, which is why I closed it. Because I'm ethical. I have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. I'm a child of the light. These people here, they're dark. Very dark. Very dark. They're satanics. They're Satanists. They're devil worshippers. Shit like that. And they think this shit is funny. But it's not. And it's coming to an end. And they're not going to continue to corrupt the fucking system, corrupt my household, corrupt me, and act like they own me and run me. They're going to step the fuck down and stand in their motherfucking place. Especially since they don't have the balls to come see me to my face. Because they know what they got coming to them. They fear me. But they don't fear me enough. Why? Because they're disrespectful as fuck and they like stealing from me. And I guess I gotta hem them the fuck up. The entire little circle's already hemmed up and going fucking down. They're already investigation. They're already under investigation. Seriously. Because they do shit like call the police for no fucking reason. And the police not fucking with me. Because they know I'm a decent person. And they aware that I don't do shit. It's them. But at the end of the day, these women gotta go. They deserve to be punished. They cannot continue to terrorize me and any other children, or any other man for that matter, stealing from men, getting down with men for their last name, and getting their royalties and shit. No, it's not finna happen. This woman transferred my whole identification to somebody else. That's not fucking legal. Not legal at all. And she thinks it's funny, because she's mentally ill, and I want her to go get some help. And I want her prosecuted. And I want everybody assisting her prosecuted as well. Why? Because it's not legal what they're doing on either side. Even in secret society, it's not illegal what they're doing. They're unethical. And the ethicals are pissed off about this shit. I am too, at the end of the day. Because there's a lot of power and a lot of money involved. And at the end of the day, if it was somebody else in my shoes, I guarantee you they'd probably be in jail by now. I mean, the dude, or the parent, any parent, would have probably been snapped and harmed these people. Because what they have done with the home invasion, the home intrusion, the assault, the motherfucking harassment, everything that they have done, I could have been retaliated in self-defense and harmed somebody. I could have been snapped and harmed somebody. Instead, I put her in a place and I yell at her. Though I don't mean to, I can't help it, but it does no good. I tell her to leave and go get some help. She never does. I call the police to remove her. They chase somebody else instead of removing her. I call the CPS get involved when they shouldn't be. They turn it against me like I'm the culprit. And this shit is going to stop. You're going to stop misusing the system. You're going to stop fucking with people. Because that power you got, it's not yours. It's coming to a close because you stole everything from me, including me. And then you want to self-project your shitty ass self on me. The shit you do, your bad habits, the way you think. You think everybody like that. You think I'm like that. You stare, you watch me. And then you act like you CIA, which is illegal as fuck. You got the nerve to text me and say, oh, we got your phone number and your kid's phone number and we know your habits. I don't give a fuck. It's illegal for you to have my phone number and all that shit and know my habits. What the fuck you watching me for? You're not real CIA. I know that much. Not at all. I know that for a fucking fact they're not real CIA. And I know for a fact they're not above the law. Because at the end of the day, every time they call the police on me and try and dangle me around some cops, the cops don't never fuck with me. They look at me, let me know in so many ways that motherfuckers is playing games. Pretty much. And they leave me alone. They don't fuck with me. They know these women is up to no good. They've been up to no good. And they're terrible. They abuse their authority. They don't belong where they at. They shouldn't be where they at. And you can't belong to no cult you fucking mentally ill. That's the problem with y'all. You're unethical all the way around the fucking board. And you just got into some shit just for the social status and the perks that come with it, and the power, and my money, and my access to things that I'm supposed to have that you motherfuckers got. But I don't want it. You know why? Because I'm gonna expose the fuck out their corrupt asses. That's my job, to shut that shit down. And to free certain motherfuckers that don't want to be in it. Because they force them to. And they forceful as fuck. They impede on free will. They're puppet masters, and they're very fucking manipulative. They use witchcraft, dark magic, voodoo, all that shit. And they gotta go. They won't stop. I'ma stop their asses. Period. Because I'm not playing with them no more. I'm tired of this shit. And then they got me sitting up like I'm supposed to be sitting up and I'm their property or some shit while they out here sleeping with multiple men or whatever the fuck they doing. They sad. They take life as a joke. They take other people's life as a joke. They don't give a fuck who they hurt as long as they get what they want. They don't love the boy, because if you did, you wouldn't abuse him. You wouldn't use him. You wouldn't lie to him. And you would actually help his father. You wouldn't degrade his dad, because at the end of the day, that reflects on him. When he get older, I'm not over here degrading her. It's another kid that somebody has. I'm helping that motherfucker out with that motherfucker. Then the motherfucker tell me, don't worry about him. He got a dad. Women think they can replace everything and everybody, and you can't. That's why the world fucked up now. Because you want everything to go your fucking way, and you just gotta be right. Even if you gotta pay a nigga, suck a dick, plant drugs on him, whatever the fuck you gotta do. You willing to do whatever it is to make yourself right. And guess what? Niggas weak, they fall for it. And then the women, they go right along with it, because these motherfuckers is a terrorist group. And they're against men. And they feel like you're not a man, or you're not supposed to be around or even exist if you don't agree with them sexually and do the shit that they do sexually to their customs. These bitches really think they God. They really think they had a right to violate people's rights. They really treat a motherfucker that's a human like an animal, or worse than an animal, because even an animal got more rights. And I want these bitches done. Why? Because they're not going to stop, because they're terrible. They can't stop. They have to be put down. And I don't mean like killed. I mean like they have to be forced to stop what they're doing. Because at the end of the day, they still blowing a lot of my money. And sitting up, got me over here looking like I'm struggling and shit. Bitch had me put me in a fight. They got some kind of pull they're not supposed to have when they interfere with my disability. They got some kind of pull with the state of Michigan where they had the worker cut my stamps off, cut my aid off, all this other shit. Because they a sisterhood, a covenant of witches operating in high spots. But they're not supposed to be there. The only reason they're even there is because they took something from me that don't belong to me. And I'm not going to let them get away with it. And anybody else that's allowing that shit, you can go down with them.